Alright guys, so I almost fell. So I'm gonna do a sit down Q&A, and I heard that you guys like long form content, and I'm an introvert, believe it or not. So with that being said, Rhythm does my reviews. Okay, take 500. Okay, welcome back to another episode of the podcast. Like a little outfit. I don't know if it's good or not, but I heard that this Q&A needs to be at least 25 minutes long. So in order for me to chat, I need some caffeine so I can sit down and chat with you guys. So we're walking right now. It's pura vida. Or do you like this? I don't know if I want ice.
You're getting coffee.
I don't know if I want iced or warm.
What do you prefer from pura vida? Hot?
I like both.
Oh. Because what did baby get you the other day that you loved?
Okay, but that had sugar in it.
Oh, what is it? The cappuccino?
Yes, it's a cappuccino with vanilla sweetener in it.
She had sweet cream too?
Vanilla sweetener.
So it's a hard one.
Yeah. No, honestly,
did you take one there?
I did. My legs were shaking.
Yeah, it's hard.
And I was
But it's
pretty
so
sore
nice.
the
It's
next
like-
day, but it was not a vibe. Alright guys, I'll let you guys know what I choose. Oh, look, a Suburban. I'm gonna need one of those big cars when I have
I love Suburbans.
my 4 kids.
The Suburban's super nice, and so is the Denali. But I feel like it's a good car. Like,
It is.
You're gonna be so safe, and your kids are gonna have 3 rows.
I know. So comfortable.
Like in the last row,
I know.
Laying down with an iPad, like.
I know.
and then-
Just install like some.
Why is on your head? I got so scared because I always see those nasty lizards there, like you know the ones with the blue.
Yeah.
Oh, I got so scared.
Alright guys, ice or warm? Let me know your thoughts. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I ended up getting an iced coffee because we have a good 20 to 30 minutes of sit down chat time. I want to answer your frequently asked questions, but before that, I just want to catch up with you guys and how my life has been. So I really wanted to start this YouTube channel again so that you guys can see the behind the scenes of what goes on here at Lanna Lashes. And I don't know about you guys, but I personally don't really like watching Netflix. I like to watch just more real life stuff. I don't like fictional stuff. I only watch it because of my husband. But if it was up to me, I would only watch documentaries and YouTube vlogs of people that have the same values as I do. So not only do I run a lash business, obviously, but I recently gave my life to Christ less than a year ago. And I know that I used to have the podcast called The Lanna Hustle, and it was all about like mindset and hustle and blah, blah, blah. But I ended up just fully building my podcast based on Christ. So it is a Christian-based podcast, and it's where me and my husband share our journey as new believers. I do it scared, but I do it boldly, and I know that through the power of testimony, it can inspire you guys to hopefully, if you're not a Christian already, give your life to Christ. So yeah, so that's just a little bit of some catching up. My kids did go back to school, so now I have 2 kids in school. I have a 3-year-old, he's in pre-K 3. And then I have a kindergartner, Miss Olivia. She's 5 years old. And honestly, I'm so thankful because they're not the type of kids to cry. So it makes my drop-offs easier. If anything, I'm the one that gets a little sad. and Olivia loves to do her homework, and I'm just in a season where I enjoy being a mom. Um, Before I gave my life to Christ, I feel like my identity was really just wrapped up in my accomplishments, in how much I could do, on how much I could work, what are the tangible things that I could achieve, and it was all about self and worldly things. And now, the Lord has just completely shifted me to what really matters, and has convicted me, and just his spirit resides in me, and now I no longer crave the things that I used to crave. So I feel like I want to be home more. I want to be a present mom more. Like, I value the things that this world can give me. But with that being said, if you're a mom, I know the struggle of balancing a business and being a mom, which is something that I get asked a lot. And to get to the point where I am today, I worked a good 5 years, like nonstop, weekends, 12-hour shifts, especially like the first 3 years of starting Lanna Lashes. I would probably work Monday through Saturday, and I would start as early as 6 a.m. and get home at 9 p.m. And it was a lot, but that's all I knew. All I knew was how to survive, how to, raise my first child as a single mom. When me and her dad broke up, and COVID hit, I was basically like on survival mode. So I was programmed to just work, do. Like, even if you're sick, you still need to show up. And now that I have found Christ, I kind of just want to take a step back and enjoy the moments that I can't really get back. So, with that being said, I still just like what my morning routine kind of looks like is I wake up, get the kids lunch, work out. I'm just doing 25-30 minute workouts. It's what I can do right now. And when I get home, maybe I'm trying to really walk. I would ideally like to start running again, but haven't found the time to do it. So, working out 4 to 5 times a week. If you guys want a workout routine, let me know. My husband is the one that writes them up for me. I think I know. I eat healthy. I'm doing an animal-based diet, so a lot of red meat, pretty much protein. But what I really mainly prioritize is red meat, and I haven't eaten chicken. Sometimes I'll crave chicken, but I eat a lot of ground beef and steak, organic fruits. Sometimes I'll have white rice, raw dairy, raw cheese, some honey. That's why it's in my coffee. I'm trying to stay away from like stevia and all those artificial sweeteners. I'm doing my best to live a non-toxic life in this very toxic world, but I try not to stress it either. Like, I'll have cookies on the weekends, but little by little I'm gonna like try to, I want to learn how to really bake my own clean cookies. I also want to get a crock pot. I want to learn how to make bone marrow, and my mom didn't cook. I didn't like cooking. My husband cooks. But I just feel the urge to start doing things from scratch. Maybe I'm just talking to talk, but that's what I feel right now. So, that being said, our half-set tutorials, you guys have given us amazing feedback. Your recreations are beautiful, and I'm so excited that you guys are getting booked. I get messages saying, ever since I launched my half sets, my clients are booking and they love it. And honestly, talking about half sets, I have a half set on right now, and I'm on like week 2, and they still like look so good. I kind of like them like this, honestly. If you take good care of them, make sure you and your clients wash 1 to 2 times a day, please. And yes, you can get them wet within the 24 hours. So I actually encourage my clients to wash when they get home, like at the end of the day, you know, they can go work out right after. It's totally fine. All right, let's go into my broadcast channel. And if you guys don't know, on Instagram, I do have a broadcast channel. So on there, we give news, some sales, exclusive sales. So go join that now if you want to. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and answer some questions. How do you really start building your lash business? Okay. So for me, when I built my lash business, I did everything backwards. I did everything disorganized. It cost me a lot of money, a lot of headaches. And I am so thankful that my husband loves to do everything that I don't like to do. So what does that look like? He does the accounting. He does all the structure on the back end as far as protection, legalities, which if you guys want to get into that, the Masterclass replay, if you guys want to know all about that stuff, it's definitely for you. And I also talk about cohesive feeds on there, and you guys get to see me lash. So if you want to learn my technique and you also want to learn like back end and legalities of actually starting a lash business, go check that out. It's hours of footage and you'll save a lot of money. And I'm not just saying that to say that. I'm saying that because I want you to learn from my mistakes. And as a mentor, I'm not only here to show you the way, but I'm also here to show you what way not to take. And I think those are the best mentors that you could have. And I don't regret any mistakes that I've been through, because those are all lessons. So if I can help you avoid my mistakes and help you save thousands of dollars, then I'm doing my job and I'm fulfilling my purpose. So how to really start building your lash business? Okay, it just depends where you want to go. I feel like that's a very general question, but make sure that you have everything set up legally on the back end, so that way you can open your business bank account, you can purchase your lash course through there. So you want to learn lash techniques, I do have online courses or in-person courses, or if you have somebody local that you really love their style, go and take their course. But make sure that I would purchase it from a business bank account, so you can write that off. Or if you don't have that, maybe you can later write that off. I just don't know how that works. You have to ask my husband. I don't want to give you like any false or incorrect information. So after that, you want to start building your Instagram. At least it's a free portfolio, right? You want to take models, you want to practice, and you want to have a booking site, right? That's the first step. And then after that, you figure out where you want to go. You can either travel to people's homes, you can get a suite if you have some startup cost. It's totally up to you. Maybe, if you have a separate room in your house, maybe you could start it there. But if you don't feel comfortable with that, then just start going to people's houses, and people love that, okay? And then you pretty much just start from there. When you're starting your business, plan to work a lot, plan to work overtime, plan to grow steady, be consistent, because this is not an overnight. If you feel like failing or if you feel like quitting, those are the times that you need to keep going. So pray to God about it. Have him strengthen you, because he will strengthen you in those weak moments. So let's move on. Do you lash 100% of the lashes for every client? So basically it just depends on what set. If I'm doing half set, I get 40 to 50% coverage. If I'm doing a full set, I like to lash pretty much every hair except the baby hairs, especially if they want it full. If they don't want it too full, I get 85 to 90% coverage with really good retention, making sure that I refresh my adhesive every 15 minutes. If you haven't tried our adhesive, you're missing out. because that is a product that always sells out before our shipment gets here, you know? And I don't order thousands at a time because they tend to expire. They tend to have a shelf life. Some people think that they have a shelf life. Some people think it's a myth, but I rather be safe, okay? That's so good with honey. Basics of lash placement and mapping. I feel like I have to draw this out for you guys, but I do have ebooks. I have an eye design guide that can help you study the eye shapes, the planes, and all that good stuff. And also it'll teach you what directions you want to achieve a certain kind of look. So if you want something elongated, it'll show you how to place lashes. If you want something elongated and lifted at the same time, it'll show you the direction. So that is the eye design guide. And the mapping, there's so many mappings that you can do. Okay, start something with universal basic mapping, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, back down to 11, 10. No layering there, just very simple, basic. Try to at least have 5 different sizes in your set. And don't start with the inner corners too long if they want something just more natural for first time clients. As a newbie, what kind of content should I start posting? Okay, I love this question. I'm like, I have a content course to study that, but make sure that you can film your consultations. You can give like tips for beginners or tips for clients on like how to wash your lashes. Like show your face on there too. You can do day in the life. You can do carousels. You can just do befores and afters. I give you a breakdown of our content strategy in the Biz seminar replay, and I believe we bundled that with the content course. Do you think we bundled that with the content course?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. And the Biz seminar replay for beginners as well, because you're gonna learn how to take content, how to edit it, different kinds of content that you should be doing, and all that good stuff. So I definitely recommend getting that as a newbie, because I just stated what kind of content you should have, but I can't show you how. And in the videos, I show you how I do that. I show you the breakdown of my content. I show you how to gain clientele, policies. I think it's a really good guide for newbies or even people that have lash businesses already, so that you guys can see the way that we operate here, because guess what? We don't gatekeep, okay? How to stay creative with posts and how to stay consistent. I think it's just having like a consistent strategy when you post. It's not like thinking about 100 new ideas. It's learning the strategy that converts and doing that over again. How do you incorporate the Lord into your work? I set an example in my workspace of what how Christians should walk, talk, act. I do my best to do so. Obviously, I fall short, but I really try to show kindness and love. We also play worship music here. I'll play a sermon out loud. So that is how I incorporate the Lord into my work. I'm never not thinking about Him. How did you start growing more as a lash educator? Okay, so this is a question that I get asked so much. How did I start lash educating, and how did you start growing? Honestly, the power of social media and what like one post could do and reach, you'd be surprised. So how I started was my best friend, who is now my best friend, at the time she was like, Alana, and I was doing her lashes, like, I want you to teach me how to lash. And I kept telling her no, like, I'm not a teacher. I've never taught anybody, so I'm not gonna take your money. I'm not gonna do that, okay? You can go find somebody else. She's like, I already tried to find somebody else, and I didn't learn. I want to learn how you lash, because I like the way that you lash, and I love my lashes all the time. Listen, Okay, good luck, right? Maybe in like a year from now. So about a few weeks later, she ends up knocking on my door with an envelope, and she's like, look here, this is cash. You're gonna train me. So I'm like, okay, fine. Because I don't want you to be mad at me, okay? I'm going to train you. But if you don't learn, you can't say that I didn't tell you. So I threw out like a little disclaimer there. And I taught her that day. I posted some content about it, and then I got another student. And little by little, I started to showcase their work. I started to post more on my profile. And you see, it's just a little snowball effect. But that's why I also came out with my Lash Educators course. I know this is a Q&A, but everything that you guys have asked, I've gotten so many questions asked before. So I'm like, you know what? Like, let me just equip them with a course, give them all the information. And I do have an educator's course to help you really become confident. I give you guys my outline of my training, of my $2,500 training. And I give you guys that, and I explain everything on how to feel confident, pricing, how to start, what you guys should teach on. And it's classic intro to volume and Wispy, intro to Wispy as well. So you guys can go check that out. I know it's a lot of information, a lot of courses, but guess what? You can never know enough. And the day that you feel like you know enough is when you're going to stop growing and you're going to stay stagnant, right? So business should look like this, right? Boom, boom, boom. It shouldn't go like this and then go down. It should be pretty steady. You're gonna have some bumps down the road, but if you keep growing and you keep learning, it should look like this, okay? Because time. When lashing a wispy styled set, how do I add spikes and where exactly? I like to lash in layers. Can I still do wispy sets? So, okay, my advice on wispy sets is, number one, I like to really just start off with the top layer first. I feel like people in the lash industry, they think of wispy as messy and just random spikes, so it could look, I guess, effortless. But these effortless sets take a lot of effort, takes a lot of intention, takes asking the right question, it takes knowing what fan width, right? Spike, closed fan, fluffy closed fan, narrow fan, wide fan, universal fan. It takes knowing where to properly place them on what layer to achieve a certain wispy look, right? So there's so many wispy sets that you can create. Like, for example, you can create a spiky look. You can create an airy wispy set. You can create a spiky and an airy set. You can create a dimensional set. You can create a very PC dimensional set. Like, there's just so many variations. So I can't really tell you like, hey, you have to place a spike on the top layer and that's about it. Like, that is too broad. It just depends on what set you're gonna create. So I have eBooks 1 through 5 that have different styles, right? I have styles that look like a spiky strip lash look. I have a set that looks like a dimensional strip lash look. I have a set that looks more wet. Like, there's so many. Okay, so we have at least 3 to 5 layers. I always start off with the top layer first, because that's gonna really determine how wispy it's gonna be, or how dimensional, or how spiky, or how airy. And then on the middle and the bottom, how dark do we want to go? Do we want to put universal fans throughout? Do we want to continue just with closed fans so it's not as dark? What kind of shape do you want to do, right? What do we want to achieve with their eyes? It's not a one size fits all, right? And I get a lot of girls that take my wispy training and they think that they know how to make spikes, and it's just kind of like they hope, right? They hope that their client likes it. They hope that they create a wispy set. And my job as a lash educator is not for you to hope it comes out good, right? Or wispy. It's for you to know exactly what wispy set you're gonna create. And you know that your client is gonna love it because that's exactly what she asked for. So I do have courses, I have tutorials on it, I have the Ultimate Lash Boss bundle. So pretty much the Ultimate Lash Boss bundle is gonna have most of the ebooks, most of the tutorials, a free kit, the way that I make my fans, because I don't pinch, I shimmy, pretty much the basics, classic. So I have that as well. I have a lot of courses. I have a lot of knowledge that has helped me become, I guess, quote unquote, successful, right? But you determine success. That has gotten me to where I am today. And yeah, so if you guys want, go check that out on my website. There's so many things, but don't get overwhelmed, okay? One thing at a time. It's not a race, okay? It's about the journey, because ultimately this life is temporary, and what I strive for is heaven. With that being said, I love you guys. Don't forget to subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and really please comment down below on what you guys want to see next, what your favorite part was, maybe just more questions on here. And yeah, I'm gonna do these sit-down videos probably once a month, once every month and a half, if you guys like. So please go ahead and support. I hope that this video was very informative because I'm here to guide you. Okay, so I love you guys, and I will see you on the next video. Bye.